growth, it's a lot, especially for European merchant, you know, for them it's too much.
Yes,
they get used to have 5%, 10% growth, and they think it's sustainable. If you have 50% growth, you know, they have to increase a lot of capacity on the production, the marketing, sales, everything. So it's not easy for them to go along with those big numbers, you know.
Yeah. So I think we're ready to start, yeah?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we are live on YouTube. So hi everyone who's watching us. We're starting right now. Yeah, amazing people. Fine. Please, Xiaomin, I think we can start.
Okay, thank you, Kostya. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is our webinar time again, every Tuesday, 5 p.m. China time. And today is the third webinar with Tmall Global Alibaba Group. The first one was on 26th of May about food and beverage. And the second one was on 9th of June about supplements. And today we are going to talk about mom and baby category. Well, actually, I was in this industry for many years. Before I joined Alibaba Group, I founded one of the biggest baby online retailer in Shanghai. So I have a lot of stories to tell you. And one story I can share with you today is very famous, widely spread in this industry in China. It is called the last chicken leg. Well, imagine there's a family which is so poor that only one chicken leg is left. So who's gonna eat it? Definitely, it will be the child. So that means that in the Chinese parents' philosophy, the last family spending they can cut is the spending on their children. So, and also you know that with the abolish of the one-child policy in 2018, this industry is going to develop and grow for the next decade, 10 years at least. But on the other hand, I will tell you another maybe more famous story is the melamine scandal, which happened in 2008. That in that year, some notorious Chinese merchants, they put melamine ingredient, which is a chemical ingredient, into the baby formula. And in order to increase the test result of the percentage of protein and to reduce cost without adding real milk to the milk powder. So, and this activity killed thousands of babies in China. And after that, the Chinese parents, they don't trust any local Chinese brand formula, baby formula, and then spread it to any baby products, and then spread it to all the Chinese products. So, especially for two types of product, I concluded one I call it mouth touch, and another one I call it skin touch. For these two types of products, people they don't trust the Chinese brand and products, and they even don't trust the Chinese channels, which means even the same product, same brand, they would rather in overseas supermarket instead of the local supermarket. Well, that sounds weird, right? But that is the truth. So, but on the other hand, the Chinese government, they have a very strict policies about the import, which is called, one policy very famous is called CIQ, which means China Product Inspection and Quarantine. We will address this issue later. But all this directly triggered have two consequences. One is the illegal market, the booming illegal market of Haitao and Daigou, which means that the Chinese tourists and their relative friends go into other countries and buy this stuff and ship it back to China. Of course, this is diminished by the COVID-19. And other result is the Chinese government, they want to fight against this. So they announced the new policy of cross-border e-commerce in 2014. So, about the cross-border e-commerce, it is completely legal. And so that's the content we are going to introduce to you today, okay? So, let's get to the topic today. We will have three parts of this webinar. We'll have three parts. The first part is introduction about Tmall Global by Celine. And second part, I will introduce I will share with you about 3 showcases, case studies. And as you can see on this table, all these 3 brands, they are from different countries, different background, different.
Xiaomin, I think the screen sharing is not started yet.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, can you check it, please? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. We just started.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No worries. We just started. Yeah.
Okay. So this is you can see that all these 3 case studies, they have a different background, different product, different countries, but the similarities are they all adopted Tmall Global flagship stores, and they all achieved great success within a short period. Okay. And the last part, Aina will share with you how to start a business. And because today is a public open webinar, so there are some new audiences. So please, for our regular members, please bear with me that I will spend about 2 or 3 minutes to reintroduce myself and the club. So my name is Xiaomin Yang, and I have 15 years of experience in this market. And I was the former VP of Tmall Global of Alibaba Group. That's why I helped hundreds of merchants to sell their products into the Chinese market. And also please welcome Aina, my co-founder.
Thank you, Xiaomin. So I'm a person and a foreigner who faced it with all problems what foreigners face it in the Chinese e-commerce industry. That's why we made the Chinahow.club together with Xiaomin and Kostya. Thank you, Xiaomin.
Okay. And about the club, it is an online community for the foreign merchants who want to sell their products into the Chinese market. And we have a different kind of content and services, say a tailor-made teaching program, which we can help you to understand what is the market, how to do marketing, operation, logistics, everything. And second is about the weekly webinar, which we're having now. Every week, we'll have 3 webinars every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we have data reports. So again, I will share the data reports during this webinar, some of data reports. And also we help you to make connections in China as we are doing today. So, and yes, and let's get started. Please welcome Ms. Celine Xu. Let's meet Tmall Global.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. My name is Celine, and I worked 4 years for Alibaba Group in the Netherlands. I'm the category leader for the baby mother category in Europe. So we have a team in Europe who is taking care of the baby mother category. So I already lived 20 years in Holland, so quite Dutch now. So today I'm going to tell you about the China opportunity for the baby mother group. Next page. Next. Yeah, so I think the reason why you are all here is about the big opportunity of the China market. So if you look at the retail market size, it's almost 5.69 trillion US dollar in China last year. And the main consumer group, they are the middle class. So we have now 400 million middle class in China, and they are the biggest buying power now at this moment. So why it's interesting for you, because they like to buy foreign goods, you know, they like to buy the products made in Europe, made in US, because they believe that the quality is better than the local Chinese products. So that's why it's a big opportunity for us. So if you don't know about Alibaba, this is a brief overview about who we are as Alibaba Group, because in Holland, for example, if I tell people I'm working for Alibaba Group, the only thing they know is AliExpress. They think, oh, you're working for AliExpress, but you know, actually we're a big group. So AliExpress is one of the business units we are working for, and actually we have more. We have the B2B platform like Alibaba.com. It's the one of the oldest platform for the help the overseas buyers to find suppliers in China. And 1688.com, it's also B2B platform. We have the B2C platform like Tmall and Tmall Global and AliExpress. AliExpress is the only export B2C platform at this moment, which is selling abroad. We also have the C2C, so like Taobao. Taobao is the biggest C2C platform in China. But behalf of the platform, we also have the offline business, like the Herma and the Yingtai shopping mall. So what Jack Ma did is he built up the platform, but next to platform, we also have a lot of services to support the platform business. So like Cainiao logistic platform, we also have Alimama, it's the marketing platform to help you to get all the data, to know your consumer, and and financial, it's the payment solution. And also Ali Cloud, it's the payment solution for you. So on the right side, you can see all kinds of the social media app which we have, because you know in China there is no YouTube, no Netflix. So we have our own Youku, we have our own the platform to entertain the people there. So Tmall is actually the #1 B2C platform in China. We have 700 million monthly active user, which is a huge number. And more than half of the consumer, they are all under 30 years old. And I believe this number is getting smaller. So the young people, they are buying much more than we are. And 90% of the transaction has been made online. People are only using the mobile to buy the products because, you know, they commute, they are going out. So they always use their phone to buy the products. So all the big brands like Dyson, Estee Lauder, they all have their own flagship store in China with us. So what is Tmall Global? I've been working for the cross-border business for 4 years for Alibaba. So Tmall Global is the biggest cross-border e-commerce platform. And we only have the imported goods. So on this platform, you only compete with other international brands. You don't compete with the local Chinese brands. And we already have more than 25,000 international brands on our platform across more than 5,000 subcategories. So what's the difference between Tmall and Tmall Global? So you can see here, I think the biggest difference is that Tmall.com is a bigger platform, but it's local to local. So you need to have the local team, local warehouse, the local bank account, and also the local trademark to do the business in China. But Tmall Global is a cross-border platform. So you only need a legal entity in your own country and trademark in your own home country. You don't need to necessarily have a Chinese team. You do need to have a partner to help you to set up the store. So I think for the new brands, you should better start at Tmall Global as to test water. And once you are successful there, then go to Tmall.com. So those are the main trends on Tmall Global. So popular categories, you know, like cosmetic, health supplements, baby mother, and personal care. But there is also some new trends at this moment. So like maternity products, the pet products, the men's skincare, and the beauty tools. So I think those products are, you know, those new trends are quite different than those are in Europe, because the Chinese consumer, they are different. So here's the baby mother trends. Xiaoming, you can, yeah. So so if you look at the consumer group on Tmall Global, more than half, they are the Generation Z, which are younger than 25 years old. But for the baby mother consumer, let's say, mainly are women aged between 26 to 35. So some popular trends for the baby mother category. So, you know, 10 years or 20 years ago, we only have the basic needs, you know, give your baby some food and the baby care, the toys. But now the needs are more specific, like the makeup for pregnant women. like some construction toys like Lego and the gold milk powder and the baby sunblock. Those are very specific needs, because now in China people have money, they want to buy special things for special needs, especially the pregnancy category is booming up now. So here are some potential subcategories we think. So during the corona lockdown in China, the milk powder was going up to the sky because everyone thought, oh, I need to have stock for my baby, So, so the first few weeks, the milk powder is selling a lot, but after that, the toys are selling a lot, because when you are all stay at home, you need to keep your kids busy. So they buy a lot of Lego, they buy a lot of other toys to make sure that the kids still have something to do at home. But in the long run, we still think that the maternity is a fast growing subcategory in China. I think it's a big potential for the new merchant, especially the makeup for the pregnancy women, like organic makeup. For the baby, let's say they think the gold milk powder, it's better than the cow milk powder. So I think this is also a potential category. And of course, beautiful, designable baby care products is always selling very good. So here is some brands you can see that we acquired in the past years from Europe. So you can see some big names, but also some small local brands. We all help them to set up their, the China team in China and sell to our platform. But even next to our platform, they also do some other offline or online business with our partners. So the live stream is really, really the new trend. I'm not sure if you know this guy. So his name is Li Jiaqi, and he is like one of the most famous KOL in China. So KOL stands for Key Opinion Leader. So what he did, he sold 15,000 pieces of lipstick in 5 minutes. As a guy, he sold a lot of So last year, during the Double 11, he did the lipstick challenging with Jack Ma, with our founder. And surprisingly, he sold much more than Jack Ma, because, selling has nothing to do with how famous you are. It's about technical, it's about how you really know the products. So because it's strange for me that why live stream is so hot now, and I learned from the friend, because there are so many brands available in China, and the Chinese consumer, they don't know what to buy, because a lot of information, a lot of new products coming every day. So what they do, they watch the live stream, like for 3 hours long live stream, and then they buy everything what they needed. So now I think even for the coming years, live stream will still be the big trend in China. From the last time, the 18 June promotion, more than 10% GMV was made by the live stream. So I think, if you want to enter China, just do a lot of live stream with your products. So finally, some tips to help you to enter the China. I think the marketing investment is of course one of the most important thing, because in China it's all about marketing, especially for the brands. If it's unknown in China, you need to stand out. You need to make sure that people know your brands. Like I said, there are so many brands every day in China. So how can other people know your brands instead of other brands? So you need to find out what is the best for you to invest. But for sure, you need to invest quite heavily in the beginning to make sure that people know your brands. And then you need to have a very good team, a TP team, who can help you to enter the China, because obviously you cannot run the show by yourself in Europe. So you need a trustable team to run those things for you. And you need to have some unique selling. Your products need to have a unique selling point, because if your products is just very normal, why people should buy your products? Either your product is innovative, or your product has different design, you know, that people love it, it has to have very obvious, you know, selling points, because then people will buy it. And the most important is also your ambition and also the long-term thinking. So China is no longer the cash cow anymore. You know, it's not like when you invest in the first year and you expect 100% return on investment. It's not going to happen. So I would say that if you want to invest in China, do it in the long run. So make a 5 years plan or maybe 10 years plan. You know, don't go for 1 year, because 1 year it's not going to work at this moment. So that's my final tips for you. So here's our team. So we have Ming from taking care of the UK and Nordics market, Chloe taking care of France, Lucas taking care of Italy, and Quintus taking care of Germany. So we are all based in Europe. So we don't have a lot of time difference with you guys. So we can always help you, and we can even visit you later. So if you have any question, you can always contact me, and I can connect you with my team. So thank you guys, and here's my email address if you want to know more or you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Celine. So we're ready to our cases.
Yes, thank you very much, Celine. It was very insightful and educational. So, and now I'm going to comes to our second part of the webinars about the case studies. Well, the first case brand I would like to share with you is Minois Paris. I hope my French pronunciation is correct. And these brands they produce skincare. Okay, and when we're talking about skincare, I have to emphasize the concept which we talked at the very beginning, the CIQ. Well, which means China Product Inspection and Quarantine for all the skin touch products. Okay, according to the policy of the CIQ, they need to do this kind of animal test. And as you know, if you are producing this kind of product, most of the European brands, you will not accept this, because the animal is important, right? We couldn't hurt them because just for financial purpose. So then how to sell products into the market by cross-border e-commerce? You can bypass the CIQ and the animal test. This is one of the great example. And as you can see, they another thing I can share with you is about the eco-friendly. Traditionally, the Chinese consumers, they don't care that much about environment protection or safety animals or these kind of concepts, because that's too far away, right? I'm still starving. Why I need to protect animals? But now people changed. As we can see, these products, they are eco-friendly, and they of course this is a premium product, and the price is not it's not a cheap product. Okay, they are sold in France in the high-end department stores, but they also achieved a great performance in the Chinese market, and the TP, which means Tmall partner, which means the local company who serve them, who help them to sell their products in this market. This TP, they only serve eco products. Yes, so as you can see, the market, eco product market, is mature enough that there are some companies, local companies, who only do this business. So if you are also running eco-friendly products, maybe you can consider contact them. Well, the funny thing is that although people love eco-friendly products more and more, but they also love packaging, okay? Because to buy such a luxury product, I need better boxes. So that's why this brand in France, they don't have such paper box to package it, but in the Chinese market, they tailor-made this package for the Chinese. And this is about their performance in China. As we can see, they launched their business in 2018. And in this year, the sales was by far higher than their expectation. As we can see, the consumption upgrade. You remember during Celine's speech, she mentioned about the product improvements. People want something more than they just basic need. We have a special term for this in China as consumption upgrade. So the consumption upgrade continues despite of the COVID-19. And also, what can we learn from Minois Paris? Well, from the brand they share with us, we need to understand the markets before running the business, okay? Because China market is changing so fast, it is much faster than your home country. Most countries, developed countries around the world. We can look at this from two perspectives. Number one, from the consumer perspective, these people formed in 70s, 80s, 90s, and coming 2000, well, new century, these people are so different, okay, because they grew up with so different living standards and lifestyle. And also the channels changed dramatically. 10 years ago, everything's offline, supermarket. And 10 years ago, we go to only Alibaba, okay, Tmall and Taobao. And nowadays, there are so many platforms. And Taobao live streaming, TikTok, WeChat, Little Red Book. So that's why we must keep the pace and change ourselves to adapt to this market. And from the club perspective, we advise you, number one is, of course, the consumption upgrade, as we shared before, eco product. This is gonna be a big trend. And the second is the importance of the packaging, okay? If you imagine in Western countries you are here, okay? China 10 years ago here, and now it's here, but it is not, it is still different from Western countries. So people put it in other way, people still need fancy box. And the third, and most important, if you are doing this product, cross-border e-commerce is the most suitable or probably the only way for you to sell your products in the Chinese market. Basically, three categories very suitable for that market, which are supplement and skincare and beauty, makeup, and baby food. And this is a list of all the brands, the top brands, okay, the top 10 brands of the baby hygiene on Tmall Global of last month, June. Okay, you can see that you may ask, well, how did we get this? Actually, please understand that in all Alibaba's marketplaces, all the data are open. So which means, yes, everyone, you can retrieve such data from Alibaba's marketplaces, okay? And this is free. So that's why you don't have to spend huge amount of money to purchase such data reports from some expensive consultancy firms. Well, of course, we understand that for you as a foreigner, maybe you don't understand Chinese that well, you don't know the marketplace that well, or you don't know how to retrieve the data, how to organize them. So that's why our club provides the data report service. We do this for you, okay? And as a club member, you can access this data for free. And this is only the tip of the iceberg of the whole data report. So there's a top brands, top SKUs, top stores, and top keywords, everything. Okay, yeah, bunch of data. Okay, And then let me introduce the second brand, which is TensCare. This is even more interesting. TensCare, they produce a very special equipment for women who after they gave birth to their babies. And originally they are an equipment supplier for the clinics and hospitals in the UK. And then they developed into, they started to sell the products by themselves. And and as you can see, this is a very special product to enhance, to build up the muscles of the women after they're giving birth. Okay, and what are the USP, which means the unique selling point to the Chinese consumers? One thing, of course, is I repeatedly saying the consumption upgrade. I shared one chicken leg story at the very beginning, right? But also the requirements, I mean, the Chinese mom, they not only want to give a better lifestyle for their babies, but also they want to give a better lifestyle for themselves, okay? And this product is precisely for women, for maternities. And on the other hand, it is very easy to use. You don't have to go to the clinic, although this is widely used in the clinic and hospitals, but you also can use this in your home by yourself. And the last thing is the premium brand image of the UK. Well, please have a look at this on the right-hand side, the package. Okay, this is a gift set package tailor-made for the Chinese shopping festival, which is November the 11th every year. I mean, this is for the last year. This shopping festival, we call it 11/11 or the Singles Day. And if you have never heard of the Singles Day, it is the biggest shopping festival around the world, not just in China. To give you a feeling, a data, last year, 2019, the one-day sales on 11/11 on one platform, which is Tmall, in one country, which is China, was $38.4 billion, which is 5 times bigger, almost 5 times bigger than Black Friday globally. Okay. And about this package, as you can see, the picture, it's in London, right? The Big Ben, London Tower, and London Eye, this kind of thing. And it makes no sense for TensCare to sell this package in London, in the UK, but they sell this in China, and the Chinese people, they saw the package. Remember, the package is very important. In my previous introduction about Minois Paris. Then for this, yes, this also sold very well during the last 11/11 because Chinese people, they love the brand image of the UK and Europe. About their performance on Tmall Global, wow, this brand is even more successful. As you can see in the past 6/18, which means June the 18th, which is the second biggest shopping festival, just after 11/11, we mentioned earlier, okay, which is last month, of course. And their sales is 15 million RMB, which is more than $2 million in this one-day festival. And that's why this store, I mean, their business in China contributes about 30%. I'm sure that in this year, it's going to be more than 30% of their global sales. As you can see, they just started their business 1.5 years ago. And then 40% sales coming from China online, cross-border e-commerce. That's amazing, right? And now they're trying to apply the CIQ, because when they have the CIQ, they can sell their products not only on Tmall Global, but also in other platforms, say Tmall Classic and offline stores. And also the offline clinic and hospitals in China, which of course is much, much bigger than in the UK. And okay. And now I quoted exactly the word from the CEO of TensCare, Mr. Neil Wright. Okay, he said, this is the suggestion that he gave to all the merchants who was trying to build up their business in China. So he said, go to China and see China for yourself. Okay, why he said this is because he wants you guys to see two things. Number one is the scale of China. The market is huge. Of course, 1.4 billion people here. And second is the predisposition of the adoption of technology. So he mentioned the story for me. Okay, so when he went to the lobby bar of his hotel and he scanned the QR code and with his mobile phone and ordered a cup of coffee and just pay online by the QR code and without any waiters come to him. And then just a couple of minutes, the coffee arrived. That's it. And there's no way he can do this in the UK or other European countries. So please come to China and experience this by yourself. Of course, I know that because of COVID-19, it is difficult for you to do this now, but try to do this in later. And by the way, I also would like to share two things with you. Number one is the COVID-19 in China is almost completely under control, and the government even opened the cinema and the schools. Okay, recently. And the second thing is, according to the data, China's economy grew 3.2% in Q2 and make it the only major economy that record growth in the last quarter. Well, from the club, we also share this. Please, one thing is about the consumption upgrade, and this upgrade means not just some more expensive products, but also means some new equipment, new products, to satisfy the new requirements of the consumers, such as women, right? They want to build up muscles after giving birth, okay? And second is the opportunities of the shopping festivals. This is super important. There are many shopping festivals because the Chinese consumers are usually driven by discount and the shopping festivals. So as we listed here, Chinese New Year, March the 8th, which is the International Women's Day, and May the 20th, which is the Love Day, Mom and Love Day, because in Chinese that sounds like Warling, sounds like I love you. And June the 1st, which is Children's Day, International Children's Day, because China followed the legacy of the Soviet Union, and so on. And one of the most important, protect your IP. TensCare, they produce very a patent product in their home country, in the UK. And what if, and you know, there are some copycat in China, okay, who want to find the shortcuts, okay? And so how to protect your IP, your patents, your brand in China? We had another webinar in 7th of July, which on that webinar, we invited a famous lawyer to introduce the IP protection system in China. So if you are interested in this topic, please watch the replay. And I'm sure this webinar would help you. And this is also from our data report. As we can see, the growth of the maternity recovery product. And in last year, okay, last July, the total GMV was only 5 million. And last month is almost 20 million. Okay, so 4 times our just 1 year. And although about 15 million of this 20 million it was from TensCare, because yeah, they are by far dominant of this market, but still 5 million from the others, okay, which is almost the size of here, right? Last July. And yes, there are still room so that for you to catch. And one of the competitor is this brand from Japan. And as you can see, they produce a much more expensive product than TensCare, but still receive a good sales result. Yes, this is a price. the last showcase, the last case study is Orthomol from Germany, and this brand, it was founded in 1980s, and the founder actually, he came to China in 2005 and tried to open the Chinese market, but failed because he tried to knock the door of the offline distributors, but no one really knows him, and he also couldn't apply the CIQ. And after 10 years, of course, he passed away after that, and his son picked up the legacy, the unfulfilled dream, and accomplished the task of his father by re-entering China via the cross-border e-commerce model. And another interesting thing about this brand case study is that although they produce supplement products, well, it is very famous in Germany. If you were in Germany, you walk into every pharmacy, you will see their banners and products, in the pharmacies, okay? And but when they came to China, they didn't choose this category. Instead, they chose mom and baby category. Why? Because after market research, they realized that if they chose the supplement category, the competition, there are too many competitors, vitamin, fish, deep fish oils, DHA, so many. But for mom and baby category, no competitors. So there was a great opportunity. So that's why they decided to choose to categorize themselves as a mom and baby category, okay? And after their success, they started to increase the sales of supplement. And now, as we can see here, 60% of the sales are coming from non-mom and baby categories. Of course, the mom and baby categories is also fast growing, but the other categories are growing even faster, say vitamin or DHA. And also from the product perspective, it's also very unique. It's not like the ordinary products, you have to take one pill from one bottle every day. They make a small bag. So every day, as a pregnant woman, I take one bag. Everything's inside. I don't need to take anything else. Okay? One bag, one day for the whole period of the maternity, pregnancy, and after birth. Also, they provide products for men and women. As we can see here, they launched the business in 2015. And in that year, only 5 million sales, okay? And in last year, 70 million, okay, RMB. Well, and also there now, one thing is also important is, especially for the supplement category, is the repurchase. So they use the WeChat mini app function to maintain the old customers and make them repurchase the product. What is WeChat mini app and how to use it? If you are not familiar with this, in our club webinar in 10th of March, we had a webinar introducing the WeChat mini app. Okay, it was introduced by the ex-head of Tencent Smart Retail. And another thing is, you can see here, as Celine introduced earlier, the marketing fee of the first year is very important. They spend 45% of the revenue in the first year for the marketing. And then eventually now they only need to spend 15%. So what we can learn from Orthomol, the brand told us that the product, of course, is the foundation of the business. And also you need to have enough marketing budget and patience for the market. And from the club perspective, I still want to emphasize this, it's a consumption upgrade. People want, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, people, the pregnancies, women, they trust, okay, some legacy from their ancestors thousands of years ago. According to Chinese tradition medicine, you need to drink some old chicken soup, something like this. But now the younger generation with well-education, they don't believe this anymore. They want something scientific proved, okay, scientific proven. So, which is, yes, the supplement from Western countries. And also select right product strategy and positioning, just like this. They didn't start business as a supplement. Instead, they started business as mom and baby category. This is the only, to be honest, this is the only case I met, okay? But definitely it is a good one. So, so put it another way, you should also consider the strategy. As I listed here, product, marketing budget, local partner, which means the TP, and your strategy. These are the key elements. And this also aligns with the elements that Celine introduced during her part. Okay, yeah, that's all for my part. And please welcome Anna, introduce how you can participate in this Tmall Global opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Xiaomin. You know, it's always when you share this case, like I feel it's these stories is so inspireful, and I want to help more and more merchants to be successful in Chinese e-commerce industry. So Chinahow, what is our part? Is part to help to understand how Chinese market work, and to find your own strategy how to be successful and avoid all of these mistakes what all other merchants did. For every successful case, you have some unsuccessful case, but this happened not because the competition of the big, super high competition of the market or some not right products. Mostly it's happened because not right understanding of the market. So that's why we create the Chinahow. And Tmall Global, we always suggest start with the Tmall Global as your first step in Chinese e-commerce industry, because everything is standardized, and you just need to follow for the process. And it's much easier than you start with a lot of platforms and waste a lot of time and budgets. That's why we believe on Tmall Global. And Xiaomin, can you open the next slide? So that's why today you have a unique opportunity. If you are still not in our WhatsApp group, please open the link in YouTube and follow this link, register, and you will have access to our Chinahow WhatsApp community, where we share the webinars as today webinar. We share Q&A sessions. We do a store review, as Xiaomin did just recently with these 3 cases. And we sometimes share the category sales insights to inspire, to guide, and to navigate you in your daily operations. So please open the link to this WhatsApp. And I saw it's already in the in our YouTube. So let's move forward, Xiaomin, to the Q&A session. I have a couple of questions, and I collect these questions a few days ago, a few minutes ago, and our community asked me again and again. And so can I start with the first question? Xiaomin, if a product made in China, it's a baby category product, they produced in China, but the brand from US or some foreign brand, can they sell their products in China through the Tmall Global, or they only can sell in Tmall Classic?
Well, of course, I believe that Celine has a more accurate answer about this, but I can tell you, when I was in charge of Tmall Global, yes, I defined the policy, but maybe they changed it after me. Okay?
Yeah, maybe I can answer this question.
Yeah, please, Celine.
So we have a lot of merchants, a lot of products are made in China. So for example, toys, the baby strollers, car safety seats, they're all made in China. So what they do is that they will do a U-turn to Hong Kong, because Tmall Global is only for imported goods, you know, so you cannot, we cannot sell the products from
Yes.
your factory to the Chinese consumer. So you need to do a U-turn and then ship the goods again back to the bonded warehouse in China. So yeah, so it's possible, but it will cost a little bit more because, you know, the platform is what import goods.
Yeah, thank you, Celine. Very clear answer. So, oh, it's again the same question. It's another question about how to open flagship store, a national flagship store. Is it possible to open national flagship store? What is the current rule, Celine?
Now we don't really have the national flagship store. We do work on that, but you know, the national flagship store will be opened or organized by much big organization, you know, because as a single brand, you cannot represent your whole country, you know, so it needs to have more parties to be involved to open it. But we don't think that open a national store will help you a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's really about branding. So I think the brand flagship store will have more traffic and also more focus.
Yeah,
So,
the question is from Kazakhstan. The interesting to open the national level of the store. Okay, the answer is clear. So, what other question you have in the groups in the Zoom and YouTube? Please, Zoom participants, you can ask it in the live or put it in the chat box. Stefan, usually you have a lot of questions. Bring it here. Okay, if no question, I will ask another. It's about the timing for 11/11. If brand can be very active now, can they catch the 11/11 opportunity this year?
I think we have a deadline end of August, which means that we need to open your store before end of July to make sure that you still have your goods to be shipped in the bonded warehouse before end of August, because it's always a lot, you know, because Double 11 is obviously the one of the biggest promotion. It generates more than 30% of the GMV for the total year for a brand. So yes. If our bonded warehouse is full, then we are not able to collect, you know, to put your goods there. So it's very crucial and important to have the ready, you know, the store ready before end of July, and then have your goods there before, let's say, before 15th of August, it will be better.
Okay, so everybody here, 15 August, your deadline. If your store is ready, you can be part of 11/11. Please, Stefan.
Yes, this could be important for us. We're just in the process, and we will not be ready with our shop end of July. But the question is on the logistics. You said everything that is not shipped by end of August will not be accepted by Cainiao anymore, or?
Depends on, because you know some shop they do direct mail, you know, so they ship their local country, local warehouse to Chinese consumer. Of course, it will has less customer experience, you know, for the Chinese consumer, because they always expect to get the goods, you know, within 48 hours or 72 hours. So if you ship from your local country to the Chinese consumer, it will take much longer. But our warehouse is getting much fuller and fuller because of the corona, you know, there is a lot of brands has the supply chain issues. So a lot of distributors or TPs, they already prepare or place the order, you know, few months early. So you really have to make sure that you contact Cainiao, you know, on time and reserve your spots. It's yeah, it's important.
Okay, thank you, Stefan. Celine, we have another question about the marketing budget for the first year. Even Xiaomin mentioned this case with a 45% for the Orthomol. what is in your current experience in especially in the mom and baby category? Is it fair enough to have 45%, or you suggest even more or lower?
I think it depends on how your TP spend your money. I
Okay.
think, even you spend 100%, you put everything, but if you don't do it wisely, then it's a waste of money. So I don't have an exact number, because I know there is some TP, the good TP, they only spend 10%, and they're doing great job. So it's really about how you're going to spend your money on marketing. So let's say if you have your own store, you do the live streaming every day in your own store. It's the most, it costs much less, but then the conversion rate is much higher. Then you pay a big KOL to do one time 5 minutes, live streaming. So I think you need a good team, good marketing team, to know your products very well, and then to spend money wisely. But so there is no exact number on that. But of course, if you spend 45% and you spend very wisely, yes, the conversion rate will be higher.
Okay, thank you, Celine. Let me also put some answer here in our club members' experience. So usually first year, at least it should be 20% of your sales target, of first year sales target. So at least, and maximum what is have 40% is a super aggressive percent from your sales target. So if you have like $1 million first year sales target, 20% is pretty okay. Yeah, but if you have a much more and you want to be very aggressive, so that's definitely will increase this percentage. So some type of categories like supplements, beauty, they can accept it because they have more margins. But some other categories, where the margin is lower, they should balance it. And we suggest also be wise and a little bit digest how everything is work, because it's very easy to destroy relations with TP, even if it's your good TP, if they start to actively working, but you will not follow their speed. Chinese TPs, Chinese partners always very fast on decisions, very fast to catch the opportunity, and that's why it's also need time to, let's say, to catch up your Chinese partner and be the same speed of the business.
Well, I can also share my opinion on this topic. So of course, it's a very important topic. Well, of course, I agree with Celine and Aina, and also, in my opinion, that you can consider from three perspectives. Number one is the brand. If this is a super famous brand, of course, you don't need to spend too much of the marketing budget. Say, for example, you are selling an iPhone, right? Apple, of course, everybody knows it, and the marketing fee could be very low. Okay, but if it's a new brand, of course, then you are not in this case. And number two is the product. If your product is a featured product, say let's say TensCare, it's very, very special, right? And this product, you also don't need to spend that much, because you can use other methods to fast spread and to seize the market. And but if you are selling some general product, clothes, or say DHA supplement, vitamin, then it's not easy to differentiate yourself with the others. Then yes, you need some marketing fee. And third is your sales target. If you're just planning to sell $1 million for the first year, it is not a high target, so you don't need to spend too much. But if you are targeting 10 million, then of course you need an aggressive plan. So that's it.
Yeah, Xiaomin, also Dina Bell, she asked she clarified, for example, 10,000 or 100,000 USD to the marketing budget. I think marketing budget part of the sales target, and sales target usually we suggest start at least with a 500,000 sales target for the first year. This is for small niche and feature products as more a broad or general category and more competitors and less unique sales point, you need more aggressive budget and more sales targets. Otherwise, it will be not enough to the effect of the campaigns. Usually, I use these feature products as example for the live streaming, but this very sensitive. It's hard to to share all features, but I'm sure experts of live streaming in China, they can sell everything very interested and even funny. And I know Western people, they know this concept because in the past, even 30 years ago, TV shops already made this concept. But the TV shops was like the mood a little bit different, the concept a little bit different, but the main concept was the same. But you can 10x it and increase much more conversion rate, because in Taobao, all your cards, address already here. You just watch and buy, few seconds, forget. Then you wait the delivery. The emotional buying is much more higher. So that's why I think all Western brands, they can remember this concept of TV shops if they want to analyze how the live streaming concept is working. So if you, Celine, if you want to add something to the marketing budgets, yeah, please.
I think last thing I want to add is that, because for baby mother category, we have a special website, social media. It's a Little Red Book. It's not expensive, to put your article there, but it's very effective, because I know a lot of brands, they don't have a lot of marketing fees. Then they put a lot of article, they write about why is this product so special, put some videos, photos, like constantly. Yeah, Little Red Book. I think this is really, really good one for your products, because, our consumer for the baby mother category, you need to educate them. It's not like you are selling lipstick or selling food, people just buy because of emotion. The baby mother products, you have to sell to the moms. They are very conscious about the products that baby use, They are very loyal to the brands, yeah, I think like the milk powder, they probably don't switch every week. They don't switch. Also for the shampoo or the shower gel, they don't switch. So it's important that you educate them, let them know why they should buy your products. And I think Little Red Book is the best platform to do that with very relatively low cost.
Yeah, thank you. I also want to remind for our participants, we should remember mom and baby category, usually mass of the buyers, it's a first-time parents. So that's why they should educate, because they don't aware these brands. And in the parenting sector is very interesting. It's thousands of brands. If in beauty is hundreds, but in the parenting is thousands, and where they all, most of them with the very tiny brands. Yeah, but some of them have very useful features, very useful. That's why you need to share these features and stories, and you will have a cumulative effect. In China, also very good concept of sharing the feedback of using some products, and all this is stored in the Xiaohongshu and some other platforms like a Baby Tree and rest. So I also, Celine, I want to ask another question. In our club, we have companies, they have a lot of SKUs, and the mom and baby category not the major for them, but they have some type of products oriented to the families who have young kids, or just newborns. For example, Synergetic company, very good traction in China. They have office in Shanghai, and the growth rate is good. And I know they have baby products. Do you have some suggestions? Maybe they should focus on these baby products, or how use attention from moms to baby products and increase the overall sales of the whole brand?
So I think, because there is, I will always suggest my merchants to go to the blue sea, you know, because there is like a shampoo.
Not red ocean.
It's the red ocean. It's full of brands, you know.
Yes.
So you can enter there, but then it will be very difficult. So if you have some baby products, make it special for special needs, you know. For example, if you have baby cream for irritated skin, or you have a special sunblock with special effect, or the mosquito bites, you know, I think maybe the swimming diapers, you know, some a little bit niche. So not every brand they are having these products. I think maybe it's easier. It's also better for you to enter it, you know, like the massage oil for the baby. So one of our brands from US, it's not my brand, but they are doing quite successfully, Ever Eden. So they have a range of the products, but they only focus on one SKU, which is the baby massage oil. And this is like you don't find a lot of products or brands selling these products. So their key is to, you know, promote only one SKU and to make sure that all the other products will also go selling. So I think, you know, go to the blue ocean instead of the red ocean.
Okay, I think it's pretty clear. I have a question. I know the Swiss have a Tmall flagship store in mom and baby category. So they have a
Swissal? You mean the Swissal?
Swissa, yeah, the supplement brand.
Oh, no. Swiss, you mean Swiss?
Swiss, yes, Swiss. Sorry. Yeah. What was the strategy? What do you think? Why they open a separate flagship store under mom and baby category only?
Yeah, because, you know, we have a lot of brands. They first have one store and then they open another store to have more focus. Because if your store is selling all kinds of the products, then you don't have focus. And also, we suggest that I will give you a good example of Kiko. It's Italian toy brand, Kiko. You know, we opened 5 stores for them, 5 stores. Not only on TMG, but also on TMC and in different subcategories. So toy store, maternity store, baby care store. So because each store, they're selling their own products. Everything's under Kiko, but then this store will generate specific traffic. And also, you know, if you go to the shopping mall, you know, one street, if you only have one brand store in the beginning of the street, probably a lot of people will miss it, you know. But if you have 5 or 6 stores on the same shopping street, you will miss one, but you are not going to miss all of them.
Okay.
So I think it's good to open multiple stores on the platform.
Okay. Maybe I will clarify. And please give a comments. If you have some interesting features, as more features you have, as more better to open your like different flagship stores. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, and especially if you have more SKUs.
Okay, thank you. Celine, we have a question to you from YouTube. Okay. Do you have any advice for baby food with limited shelf life to get it fast enough to China?
Baby food, if the shelf life is very limited, then it's I will only suggest you to do the direct mail. So don't put anything in the bonded warehouse, because I already see a lot of merchants, they lose a lot of money because of the shelf life. So I will only suggest that you, you know, synergy with your own stock together with the stock for China. For baby food, I think the baby snack is selling quite well in China, and also the yogurt, the baby yogurt. And recently, we just recruited Blendina, which is the biggest baby food brand in France. It's part of the Danone Group. They're also going to sell all kinds of SKUs in the flagship store. So
you mean it will be Tmall Classic store, yeah?
No, Tmall Global. Tmall Global.
Tmall Global, and they will shift it from the cold chain from Hong Kong.
No, I think they will start. I think they will start from direct mail.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, because they have a lot of SKUs, and if you put stock in Hong Kong,
yeah, I can imagine.
then you don't know you know, which will be selling well and which will not be selling well. So it's better to test. You know, in the beginning, even the cost is a little bit higher by direct mail, but at least if you have 100 SKU, you can test. Maybe you will choose the top selling SKUs to put them in China, and then the rest you do the direct mail to reduce the cost.
Okay, that's clear. So we have another question about, okay, I know the answer, but let me, Tmall Global have fulfilled by option, or we need to find a 3PL company?
Yes, I think you need to find a TP partner or a distributor, you know. So each brand, they will have different preference. A lot of brands come to me, they all want to sell to China. They all ask me to find distributor. But you know,
yeah. I know this story.
Of course, it's easier if you have a distributor. You know, you sell to them with the X works price, they arrange the rest. But then you are not really involved in the China development. You know, of course, TensCare, they're a special case. They did very well. But I see a lot of other brands when they give everything to distributor, because distributor has another. They think differently. They want profit. You know, they don't care about how many years your
brand and legacy. Yeah.
So the distributor, they want P&L, they want to make money, you know. So and the brand, what the brand needs, they want to their brands to be presented very well, you know. The branding is important, and also the price. The brand didn't want their products to be sold in China like a 1/3 the price in Europe. So I think distributor and brand, they have different you know, interest. So I would suggest a brand, if you want a long-term you know, investment, it's better to find a good TP. It's not easy to find a good TP, but I think it's better for you to have a good TP, have a good partner. You know, not only taking off the online business but also offline, to make a complete, you know, picture of China.
Yeah, thank you, Celine. I want to add here, as because to find the TP yourself, it's very hard. That's why we made the service of a TP pack. And under this pack, we select the only TPs who have exactly experience on this niche under your product. And we do introduction, we share a template agreement, and we also give a sales category report. So the brand, when he starts to communicate with the TP, he already know how to work with TP, how to sign agreement with TP, why we select these TPs to him, and the whole category report. So, and when he saw the sales forecast from TPs, he know the whole category. So that helped him to make the right decision. So, Celine, I want to, Xiaomin, please go to the next slide, and then we will round up here. Again, open and this link to the our WhatsApp group, and never be alone in Chinese e-commerce. And next slide, Xiaomin. All companies, all brands who are willing to open Tmall Global Store and very soon need to support with the TP and application for the Tmall Global, please apply this form, calendly.com Einar Chinahow, and you can find this link in YouTube, and choose a time for call with me. I will help you with your e-commerce strategy based on my experience of working with more than 40 brands just within last quarter, and it will be a full of practice call. And after that, I collect all companies and I will give it to Celine. And Celine then will choose a time for call with you guys. So open this link, choose time call with me, and I will share about the club, and I will share about how we can help you and what the next step with the Tmall Global. And for all who want to catch up the 11/11 campaign, as Celine mentioned, please hurry up, and you still have time to get onto this rocket of 11/11 campaign. And one of the last questions, let me ask it, and I think we're done for today. So the question is, 80% of Tmall sales are generated through Tmall Classic. Is it true?
I think not 80, but maybe 70. Yes, it is true, because you know Tmall Classic is a much bigger pool because it's with the global brands and also a lot of Chinese brands. It's about volume, you know. Yes, it is true for sure.
But I want to highlight the difference. And don't see that just these figures, 80, 70, or 30. The thing is, what is right to you?
Yeah.
It's not about the Tmall Classic, Tmall Global, or even Taobao. It's about what is right things to do to your brand in your stage, with your SKU, with your marketing budget, this month or next year. So it's a lot of details. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you, Celine. So brilliant webinar. You shared so many insights today.
Thank you guys for hosting.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for us. So, Xiaomin, you want to add some few words, our Shifu?
Thank you very much, Celine. It's a very a pleasure to have this webinar with you. And for all guys who are not very familiar with the Chinese e-commerce market, you may get confused by this some of the content of this webinar. What is cross-border e-commerce? What are policies? What is boundary warehouse? What is a
TP?
What is TP? Yeah, you may be confused. And no worries, we have a bunch of content to explain this to you, and just join a club, and there's a lot of webinars and replays and documents and the PPTs to explain all your concerns and your questions. Okay, and thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.